suffering with self-sabotage, procrastination, isolation, putting yourself down, perfectionism? If so, the chances are you have been through some kind of trauma. You have unresolved trauma that needs to be dealt with. You see, when we go through an event in life where we don't feel safe or we don't feel certain, this could be growing up with parents who aren't emotionally available, or it could be an experience that happened to us at school, maybe when we got bullied, or maybe it was because we got hurt in some way, we were involved in an incident, in an attack. Or maybe it was just as simple as someone putting us down, or someone saying something that we misinterpreted. We took it as it meant we weren't good enough, or we shouldn't be where we are, we shouldn't be heard, we shouldn't be seen. What this does is this fragments us. A fragment of yourself has now come into being. Whether this was at 5 years old, at 10 years old, 15, 25 years old, this part of you has come into being. And this part of you, its job is now to protect you in a new way. And that protection comes out in the form of procrastination, self-sabotage. It tries to stop you getting into situations that could be dangerous. So if you're there trying to start a project, trying to start a business, or you're trying to go live online, but you can't do it, that's because that part of you that's trying to protect you is stronger than the part of you that wants you to succeed. Because that part of you that's trying to protect you thinks that if you go ahead and do that scary thing, something really bad might happen. Even if there has no proof, it's saying, hey, look, I have this bit of proof. It happened once, even if it was 10, 20, 30 years ago. This thing that happened to you, it's still happening in the present for this part. This part has never grown up. This is why people call it an inner child. It's like having a part of you, like having an inner child that still thinks you are that age. And every time it gets triggered, because it starts to feel just a little rustle in the bushes, even though there's no lion around, it then jumps into the programming and jumps into the fight or flight response that inner child felt at the time when it was going through the trauma, when it was going through those dark days. And because it's never grown up, because it's never realized that you've grown up, it doesn't realize that you are now an adult, it's stuck in that programming, it's stuck in that part of itself, and it keeps looping round and round. So how do we deal with this? What's the solution? So